Well, hello everyone. It is Exoman, and I heard that you are looking for tips on peeling and or deveining shrimp. And I basically have my lunch here for purposes of demonstration, maybe a little more than my lunch. We'll see. But I wanted to just show you a simple technique. It's good to get a pair of kitchen shears. If you don't have them, I highly recommend having these on board. They're really, it's an important tool in your kitchen arsenal. But I'm going to demonstrate how I devein shrimp, and I'll show you my peeling technique on one or two of them. And these are just beautiful North Carolina shrimp, and I highly recommend that if you can, go out and get local caught shrimp instead of shrimp from Thailand or China or India or wherever they have been farmed, because you really don't know what you're getting. I mean, they're finding shrimp with pig feces within the body of the shrimp and the feet and the tail, and they're obviously feeding farm waste to your seafood, and that is just not a healthy thing to consume. And along with what's even worse would be antibiotics and things, and God knows what else. So yeah, well, let's get started, and I'll show you how I clean these guys. I've been cleaning a lot of shrimp all my life, even did it for a job for a brief while back in the 70s. So take a look over here. So I have some beautiful North Carolina caught shrimp, fresh shrimp. They're just beautiful, they're delicious. And I'm very fortunate. I feel very fortunate to have these, and I'm going to have them for lunch today. So what I will show you is peeling or deveining shrimp for peel and eat. In other words, I'm going to cook these with the shell on, but I'm going to devein them first, so that when I cook them, I'm cooking them without the fecal matter inside of them, and I'm cooking them with the spices, and the spices will get, and the salt will get under the shell and permeate the fish. But I like the peel and eat experience, and a lot of people like that for numerous reasons. I will also show you how I might peel and devein the entire shrimp. Well, let me start with that. So I'll take the shrimp and I'll work my way around the underside. I just grab her on the feet and separate the shell and spin the shrimp around until the shell comes off, and do so again. This is a rather large shrimp on a lower section until you peel those sections off. Right now, I'm a greedy sort of consumer, so I don't like to leave a lot of meat. There's actually a little piece of meat down here in the bottom section of the tail. So what I try to do is loosen this up as much as I can and squeeze as hard as I can to get any kind of meat that I can out of that bottom there. And it just depends on the variety of shrimp. You might get, sometimes I'll get meat all the way from the base of the tail, and sometimes just a little nub from that bottom section. So now to devein. A lot of people use a knife. I will use scissors, like so. And you can see that. And what I'll do is generally set these aside once I've split them open, and then I'll wash them all later. So let me go ahead and do that. Let's assume that's not completely deveined. All right, so that's how you, well, let me finish this one. This is a completely peeled and deveined shrimp. It didn't have much in it, and you probably saw a little bit of track, and that was it. So that's beautiful and ready to go. Okay, completely peeled and deveined. Now for the lunch that I'm going to have today, this is what I will do. Cut down the back. Now my scissors aren't going very deep into that shrimp, but deep enough to get any debris that might be in there. Okay, and there it is. Do you see that? There's the vein. Okay, so that's all out of there. But again, I'm not going to go that far with this first step. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to peel, or sorry, I'm going to cut the whole bunch of shrimp that I have. And you want to go pretty far down here, because that, you see that vein presenting right there? Okay. And just repeat this process till you take all of your shrimp from this bowl to this bowl. This one, I think I've already cut that one. Yep. That one, there's some of these that I cut earlier. Okay, so here we go. Don't be in a hurry and cut your hand here. Okay, see that? Exposed. Now you can take, if you want to make the process quicker, you can take two in a hand at one time and do them both. And the reason I do it this way is more, cutting them and putting them aside, is it's more efficient than trying to cut them and turn the water on and rinse each one out. And, I'm repeating a bunch of steps that I don't need to repeat. So I can turn my water on one time and just clean a bunch of them. You getting the idea? It's pretty quick and easy. Look at that. Okay. So then, let's do two if we can. See, there are just so many time-saving steps that I have come up with over the years to help me do this. Okay. So now I'll have this bowl will be my receiving bowl. Let's see. You don't need a lot of pressure. You just need enough water to rinse these down the drain. It makes it easy. You don't really need to run the water at all, but I find it makes the process much simpler. Clean every bit of debris out of the shrimp. And these will be very easy to peel and enjoy when I am eating them. You can see how this is a very simple process. Doesn't need to require a whole lot of time. And some of these shrimp are very clean already. You see how I pinched the shrimp open like that to expose the vein? See that? You don't want to abuse the shrimp. You don't want to bruise it. You just want to open it up a little bit and get the crud out. It's really important to do this because basically you don't need to be eating, digested and semi-digested food that the shrimp has eaten. Fecal matter, possibly consuming mercury. This makes it a healthier food. And you don't want to be chewing on sand either, do you? Well, this may be more shrimp than I need to eat today, so I'll set some aside for a later treat. Perhaps an appetizer this evening or something tomorrow. I'm making crawfish Monica for dinner tonight, and I could just add some shrimp to the crawfish Monica. Now the crawfish Monica, for that I'm going to be using some crawfish that were left over from yesterday's crawfish boil video. And if you haven't seen that, look for a link to the crawfish video or just search our playlists. You know how to search playlists, don't you? There's one that didn't get cleaned. And just like that, we're all done.